Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be me and Layla's 1 month postpartum update. And today I have baby Layla joining me. She's not too happy right now. She was a little fussy when I was changing her clothes and her diaper, but she's a little bit more content now because she's in mommy's arms. But what I wanted to do is just kind of update you guys on how I've been and how has Layla been for her first month of life and my first month of being a mommy. I'm going to go through some of the things that I've been experiencing, some of the things that Layla has been experiencing, and just kind of like a little update on basically what's been going on for our first month of being together. So if you want to see our update, then just keep watching. All right. So for myself, I have been feeling really well after I had Layla. If you all know, I did have a C-section with her, and it was very tough. It was a very, as they call it, it was a major surgery. So I was in a lot of pain after I gave birth to her. I mean, my incision hurt so bad. My back hurt from the epidural, all that. But well, let me start by saying with my back and the epidural, I did have an epidural, and it didn't take to me very well, so I had to get several extra dosage of the epidural or the medication that they give you. And because of that, it made me super itchy after I had Layla. I felt like somebody on crack. Like, I mean, I was itching nonstop, and it made me super itchy, like around my back, my belly area, and my legs were really itchy. And I asked the nurse if that's a common symptom, and she said yes, it is very common for mothers to feel itchy as a side effect of the epidural. And she said that she knows mothers that itch so bad that they itch until they bleed. That's how bad it is, and it can send people crazy. I literally thought that I was going to go crazy in the hospital with how bad I was itching. I mean, I itched for maybe 3 or 4 days straight. But I mean, the more the days go on, the less itchy I was. But the first couple days, it was terrible. I was so itchy. So that was one side effect that I did get from the epidural right after birth. Otherwise, my incision seems to be healed really well. I am currently 6 weeks postpartum, not exactly 4 weeks, but I still wanted to get this 1 month postpartum video up. So I did get cleared from my doctor, and my incision has healed very well according to him. I don't even look like I have a scar. That's how good they cut me and closed my incision. So the scar looks really well, and I've been putting Ambien fade cream on my scars and my stretch marks on my stomach just to help fade them a little bit. But my C-section recovery was really well. I was in a lot of pain when I was in the hospital. As normal, you know, my stomach was really sore, and I hated when they had to come in and like press on the stomach to make sure that everything was closing back up, and you know, there wasn't any bleeding or hemorrhaging or anything like that. So that was a pain, but you know, otherwise, my healing process from the surgery was really well. The only thing that I had a problem with is those hospital beds are ridiculous. What's the matter? Sorry, baby. Sorry. What? Layla. Okay. Why are you crying? You want to sit up high? Okay. So the hospital beds are a pain in the butt. I mean, where they kind of like cut off or bend or whatever, it's like an indentation. So it was so hard for me to get in and out of the hospital bed to deal with Layla. So after a while, I actually slept on the bed for your partner or like a family member. I actually slept there the rest of my hospital stay rather than sleeping on the hospital bed because it was so uncomfortable, and I couldn't get up to like help, you know, her dad with her, or if I needed to get to use the bathroom or get up to take a shower, it was terrible. So I started sleeping either in the rocking chair that they had in the hospital room or on the family member bed, because that was way more comfortable than the hospital bed. But otherwise, I mean, the pain wasn't too bad. By the second day, I was up moving around as normal. I mean, that was a little bit slower, but I moved well. I had no problem peeing, which is, this is a little bit TMI, but I mean, for mommies out there that are having a baby, this is something to be expected. But because I had an epidural and a C-section, there was a catheter put into me so that I could pee. And once they took the catheter out, I was able to pee really well, and that was, you know, a good thing for me because the nurses told me that sometimes, you know, moms have, I think they call it like urine retention or pee retention or something like that from having the catheter in. So I was really happy when I was able to pee after they took it out. Also, I did struggle going number two. I almost ate, I didn't eat, well, let's see, I went into the hospital on Thursday night to have Layla. I was in labor all Friday, and I couldn't eat until I passed gas. I had her at 6:39 on Friday, and I couldn't eat until I passed gas. And I didn't think I ate until Saturday night is when I finally was able to pass gas, was Saturday night. So it was a while before I was able to actually eat food. But that was the restriction that they had on me. And then as far as going number two, I didn't go number two until my second day home, but I must say that I took this tea called Smooth Move, which was a really, really good tea, and that's what helped me use the bathroom, and I wasn't in pain. It didn't hurt to use the bathroom, so I was really, really grateful for that tea, and I actually input the clip of it here so that if any ladies that are, you know, planning on having a C-section or planning on giving birth soon, at least you know, definitely try that tea and drink a big cup of it, because that's why it only took me one big cup of that tea, and the next morning I was able to use the bathroom very, very easily, and I was not in pain. And for those of you mommies who've had a C-section knows how painful it is to go number two after you've had a C-section. So I was very, very grateful for that tea. Otherwise, the recovery process was a little easy. The day that we were going home, we had to wait a while for the nurse to come and discharge us or take us downstairs, and Layla was being very festive, so I had her in my arm and I was singing and dancing with her and stuff, and I think I overdid it because when I got home, I was in excruciating pain. Like, my back was killing me. I thought that I had like severed a vertebrae or something, or I was going to be paralyzed because I was in that much pain. I think I just worked my spine after having that epidural placed in there. So I was in a lot of pain, and I was trying not to take the Percocet that they had prescribed me, but with the amount of pain that I was in, I had to take it. And it didn't even work. I took the Percocet and it still didn't work. The Motrin was way better than the Percocet. So for pain management, I took Motrin, and I took, I think it was 4 capsules or 3, I think it was 3 capsules of the Motrin for my pain. And I was off of it by like day 2 or 3. I didn't take it very long. So that was really good. I just didn't want to take the Percocet because we, in my family, we have bad experiences with Percocet, and I just didn't want to have like any addiction or, any of those crazy side effects like depression and all that stuff. So I did not take the Percocet, but I did take Motrin, and that helped a lot. It was actually better than the Percocet. If you see me looking down, I have notes, so that's what I'm looking at. Weight loss. When I got pregnant with Layla, I was 211. When I went in to deliver her, I was 216, so I gained 5 pounds, fluctuated throughout my entire pregnancy. I think the lowest I went down during my pregnancy was 207, and then I went back up to 216, and that was my highest weight being pregnant with her. After I got home from the hospital, I weighed myself and I was 194. So I lost a significant amount of weight just having her. And then right now my current weight is 186. So I'm really, really, really grateful for having Layla, and just that fact, because I always struggled with my weight. It's always been, something that I struggled with, and I've always wanted to lose about 60 pounds. I always wanted to be back to my ideal weight, which would be 160. And I've tried almost every weight loss plan that you can think of. I've tried Weight Watchers, I've tried Atkins, I've tried the ACG diet, I tried the 10-day green smoothie cleanse, I've tried the 21-day fix. I mean, I've tried almost everything out there and nothing seems to work with me. Plus, I never was able to stick to anything long enough for it to work. And if it did work, I would gain the weight right back. And then I hated exercising too. So I always struggled with my weight. But it was funny because when I found out I was pregnant with Layla, I was just getting ready to start a diet because I don't know, for some reason I was motivated more than ever to, she's sleeping. I was motivated more than ever to get healthy and lose weight and all that. And then a couple days before I was going to start my diet, I found out I was pregnant. So it was really, really, sad because I wanted to lose weight and I wasn't at the weight that I wanted to be when I got pregnant. Because here was my plan. My plan was to get down to like 120 so that whenever I do get pregnant, I could gain 40 pounds, be 160 and still look good. Yeah, didn't happen. I was 216 or 211 when I found out I was pregnant, and I was really, really upset because I didn't want to gain, 40, 50 pounds. That's how much I thought I was going to gain pregnant. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be 100, 260 something, 270 something pounds, having her. And I'm like, do you know how it will look? I was so sad. But throughout my pregnancy, I had a very small appetite. I couldn't eat a lot of food. I didn't like a lot of sweets. I didn't like sweets at all while I was pregnant. And I think that's what played a major role into why I didn't gain so much weight. Plus, my doctor told me that sometimes when women are pregnant, their baby can cause the mother's metabolism to speed up, causing them not to gain any weight or sometimes even lose weight. So that's, I think, what happened to me because I barely gained anything throughout my pregnancy. And then right after I had her, I lost a significant amount of weight. So right now I'm currently down 30 pounds from my pre-pregnancy weight, which I'm so happy about. And that has made me motivated more than ever to continue to lose weight, keep the weight off, and start dieting and exercising. So I'm so excited and I can't wait to start. Let's see, stretch marks. I do have some stretch marks on my stomach. I had stretch marks prior to pregnancy, and then I did gain some more while I was pregnant with her, but not a lot. And then I also have some bruising on my stomach from where I would give myself injections from my Lovenox shot, being that I was high risk and I had episodes of blood clots prior to pregnancy. So I do have some dark bruising on my stomach, but I've been using, like I said, the Ambien Fade Cream. I got it from Target for like $4, and I've been using that on my stretch marks, the bruising, and my incision. And I haven't noticed this difference yet since I just actually started putting it on, but that's what I've been using. And then I'm thinking about picking up the Moderna stretch mark cream and seeing if that will help with the fading. And I was actually on Pinterest and I saw some home remedies for stretch marks that include like ground coffee, honey, and stuff. So I was thinking about trying that as well to see if I could at least lighten the stretch marks. Let's see, baby blues. I suffered from baby blues after I had Layla. I was very, very, I wasn't depressed. I wasn't sad. I think it was just over emotional, and I think it was my hormones played a big part into it. I would just look at her and just start crying. Or if I talk about her, it doesn't matter. You can ask me, did Layla poop today? And I would say Layla and start to cry. So I was very baby. I had baby blues like crazy. And it lasted for about a week. I never felt like hurting myself. I never felt like hurting Layla. I was just so grateful for her. And I just kept thanking God, and it just made me super emotional that she was my baby. Like, I felt so blessed. And I still feel that way, but I don't cry when I talk about her anymore. But I was very, very, very emotional the first week of pregnancy and right after I had her. Also, I did feel super overwhelmed while I was in the hospital with breastfeeding. The one thing that I wish I did during my pregnancy was research more information on breastfeeding, because I knew that I wanted to exclusively breastfeed with her, which I am. But I really wish that I had really did my research and read into it and know more information about breastfeeding than I did, because that caused me to be very overwhelmed in the hospital and cry. And I'll get into a little bit more details on why it caused me to be so overwhelmed when I talk about her update. Next, I suffer from engorgement. I still suffer from engorgement. If she sleeps for a long time where I don't feed her as normal, I will get super engorged. My breast will get super engorged and I will have to pump, and it hurts so, so, so bad. But I will talk more about that because I plan on doing a breastfeeding tips video and just like a breastfeeding 101 video very soon. So I'll go into more details in regards to engorgement and pumping and all that. But with that, I did suffer from sore and painful nipples the first 2 weeks of breastfeeding and hurt so bad. But it was really worth it. I mean, it doesn't hurt anymore, and I'm very happy breastfeeding Layla. And the last thing I want to talk about as far as an update for myself is birth control. Due to the fact that I had an episode of blood clots. I had a PE in each lung, a pulmonary embolism in each lung, and a deep vein thrombosis back in 2013. And because of that, I was not able to take birth control because of the blood clots since then. And I wasn't on any birth control when I got pregnant with Layla because I couldn't. That was the reason why I got the blood clots. So as of right now, you know, I still can't take birth control, so I just have to be very precautious and use barrier methods rather than any kind of like pill or, you know, any shots or anything that can be inserted in me. I can't take any form of birth control except for the copper IUD. And frankly, because I was, you know, basically knocking on death's door with my episode of blood clots, I frankly don't want to put anything inside my body to risk that again. So, you know, I'd just rather be careful and use barrier methods, and if it happens, it happens, you know. But I'd rather have a baby than lose my life, especially now that I have my own child, using contraceptives. So that's that. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching my 1 month postpartum update video about myself. I know it was quite a long video, but I did have a lot to update you guys on. But I do thank you guys again for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and share this video with your friends and family to help out your fellow mommies or mommies to be. Also, if you want to see Layla's 1 month Layla's 1 month update, then just stay tuned because that will be up next. Otherwise, I don't have anything else to say except I love you. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay gorgeous. Otherwise, I don't have anything else to say except I love you guys and thank you so much for watching.